Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today on Need for Knowledge, we go behind the scenes to see how American farmers have to deal with millions of wild animals each year, as well as an insight into the special techniques used to control the population of these animals. Farming isn't just about battling the whims of weather, like droughts or floods. U.S. agriculturalists, including farmers and ranchers, must also contend with the havoc wreaked by wildlife including wild boar, white-tailed deer, and coyotes. If you reside in the rural areas or suburbs of states like Texas or California, you're likely to encounter deer and wild boars wandering out of their woodland homes. In the present day, feral swine encompass a mix of domestic pigs that have escaped, Eurasian wild boars, and various hybrids resulting from their interbreeding. In the following video, we will use the term wild boar to refer to these pigs. They might look innocent, yet these creatures rank among the top wildlife culprits, causing substantial damage to crops and vegetation. Not to mention coyotes pose a significant nuisance, especially to cattle ranchers. A 2021 survey of farmers in California and Texas estimated that wild boars alone cost them around $1.7 billion. Specifically, the vegetable industry in California faced a staggering loss of about $650 million due to wildlife. Take, for instance, the feral pig population in San Antonio, Texas. Over the past few years, Texas has consistently held the title for the largest wild boar population in the U.S., housing about 3.5 to 4 million hogs. This figure accounts for nearly half of the nation's wild boar population. Female wild boars begin to breed as early as 6 months old, generally producing 1 litter per year with around 10 to 15 offspring. Thanks to their remarkable reproduction and adaptability, the wild boar population stays high in the U.S. despite millions being hunted annually. Beyond Texas, wild boar populations are also significant in states like Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and Southern California. It's estimated that they cause agricultural loss of around $2.7 billion each year. Despite being wild creatures that typically dwell in forests, wild boar herds do not shy away from fields when they sense an abundant food source. Large corn, vegetable, or wheat fields often become prime targets. They may lurk and ravage these crops for weeks before departing. Just imagine a group of 25 wild boars inhabiting your cornfield for a week. Recognized as an invasive and highly destructive species, wild boars are unprotected animals in the U.S. Most states encourage trapping and hunting of wild boars without restrictions to alleviate their impact on agriculture. Once trapped, these wild boars are typically killed and either used for personal consumption or sold to restaurants. It's estimated that between 2.5 and 3 million wild boars are hunted annually. Yet, this hunting barely impacts the overall population due to their prolific reproduction and adaptability. Many farmers will kill several wild boars and leave them uncollected. So accustomed are they to the abundance of these creatures. In addition to wild boars, coyotes are also a major nuisance to ranches. As of today, coyotes can be found in every state of the U.S. except Hawaii. There is arguably no other animal in the country better adapted to changing conditions. Female coyotes usually become pregnant at 1 year old, with a gestation period of just 2 months. With their impressive adaptability and limited natural predators, coyote populations are always on the rise. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, California hosts the highest number of coyotes, around 750,000. However, actual numbers might be much higher given their strong reproduction abilities. Coyotes typically spend their days roving in the forests and their nights foraging. This is also when many coyotes venture near livestock farms in search of food. While their diet typically consists of small rodents and animal carcasses, coyotes have been known to kill and feed on farm animals. According to USDA statistics, coyotes are responsible for the deaths of about 117,000 livestock animals annually. To mitigate the impact of coyotes on agriculture and prevent a population surge, most states in the U.S. permit year-round hunting of this creature. Each year, American hunters take down about 550,000 coyotes. most of which reside close to livestock farms. But when discussing wildlife that pose a significant threat to American agriculture, one can't overlook the white-tailed deer. In fact, the damage they inflict on farmers surpasses even that of the wild boar. Presently, there are approximately 36.7 million deer in the US, 81% of which are white-tailed deer. Their behavior mirrors that of a wild boar in many ways. They spend most of their time roaming the forests, but the sight of fields and crops in residential areas presents a tempting opportunity to feed. According to the USDA, as of June 2022, white-tailed deer accounted for about 2.5 million in agricultural losses. They were responsible for 58% of crop losses and 33% of vegetable losses across the country. Additionally, white-tailed deer are a leading cause of traffic accidents across the nation each year. The National Deer Association estimates that about 6.1 million white-tailed deer are hunted annually, making them the most hunted animal in the United States. Let's now explore the methods employed to decrease the population of these animals. Picture yourself immersed in the tranquility of America's rural expanses, where the wild meets the cultivated. Sounds idyllic, right? But what if I told you that these serene landscapes are actually battlegrounds? That's right. Today we'll pull back the curtain on the hidden war that American farmers wage every day. Not against the elements or market forces, but against millions of wild animals. Enveloped within the serene beauty of America's heartland, where sun-kissed plains of Texas blend with the lush hills of California, a hidden drama unfurls. Among the picturesque landscapes, wild boar, white-tailed deer, coyotes, and other creatures captivate the gaze of nature enthusiasts. Yet for farmers, they pose a formidable challenge. To address this issue, hunting emerges as a viable solution. This age-old practice plays a significant role in wildlife population control across the United States, especially with species that prove detrimental to agriculture. Hunters employ various tactics and strategies to effectively manage these populations. One such method is a trap and release hunting, primarily used for feral pigs. Hunters set up large traps equipped with motion sensors and cameras in known hog territories. When a hog enters the trap, the sensors trigger the gate, capturing the animal. The hunter is notified via a mobile alert and can then relocate or humanely dispatch the hog. This strategy is both efficient and environmentally friendly, minimizing the impact on non-target species. Night hunting is another popular approach, especially when dealing with nocturnal creatures such as coyotes. Utilizing high-powered spotlights or thermal imaging equipment, hunters can detect the heat signatures of animals in the dark. This method allows them to track and hunt invasive species with minimal disruption to the surrounding ecosystem. In certain regions, hunters rely on well-trained hunting dogs to attack and corner wild animals, primarily boars. These dogs are equipped with GPS collars for safety and effective tracking. The hunter follows the dogs and can dispatch the animal once it's been cornered. In more open and vast territories, aerial hunting is a highly effective method of controlling wild animal populations. From a helicopter, hunters can cover large swaths of land quickly, identifying and culling invasive species such as wild boars or coyotes. This technique is especially useful in areas where ground hunting is challenging due to the landscape. For white-tailed deer, hunters often use decoys and calls to attract the animals. This method involves setting up a decoy, usually a model of a doe, and using a variety of calls to simulate deer sounds. The combination of sight and sound can lure a curious deer into range, giving the hunter an opportunity to take a humane shot. Most states regulate hunting through defined seasons, which are designed to coincide with times when populations are at their peak, and the impact on the animal's life cycle is minimized. Hunters are also encouraged to focus on older, male animals, leaving the younger breeding population intact. This regulated approach ensures a balance between population control and conservation. Each of these techniques requires a deep understanding of the animal's behavior, habitat, and life cycle. They underscore the importance of responsible hunting practices that balance the needs of agriculture with wildlife conservation. And there you have it, an untold story of American agriculture that extends beyond the tilling, sowing, and harvesting. It's a tale of constant vigilance, strategy, and balance between man and nature. But we're curious to know what you think. How do you see this intricate dance between farming and wildlife? Do you think there are other ways farmers could protect their livelihoods while ensuring the survival of these wild creatures? Jump into the comments section below and let your voice be heard. Thank you for watching this episode of Need for Knowledge, and we will see you in the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for new videos.